I am excited for this one. What is going on? Can you guys hear me and see me? Because I don't see myself right now. Let me just check out my camera here. What is going on? Can you guys hear me or see me? Anyways, you know what? Let me just bring on Rad. Maybe he can let me know what's going on. Let's bring on Rad Toys Galaxy. What's up, man?
It appears that nobody can see us. They can hear us, but they can't see us.
I just noticed the screen's blank, so I don't know what the hell's going on there.
Oh, that's why I switched, man. StreamYard strikes again.
Let me close this and see if that changed. There we are.
Oh,
I don't know what happened there.
Did you have just a black screen?
Yeah.
Like ready to share? Sharing a black screen?
That was weird. So that's what that was. Okay, well, that's good. We fixed that problem. But before we get to the chat, let's bring on... yeah, I'm glad you could see me now. So not that you guys really want to, but anyways, let's bring on our other guests. Let us bring on Outer Multiverse Brian. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up? What's up?
So we're the Joefest newbies. So we're gonna be talking about it, yet we know nothing about what to expect. So
right.
Yeah, we're all stoked. Yeah, we're all stoked, and Dom them will be like, "Oh, look at these noobs."
I know, right?
Like,
He's a wily veteran now.
It's just a thing. It's just Joefest.
But who do we have joining us in the chat today, man?
All right, well, let's take a look. We, of course, have Bjorn in the chat. Bjorn. Welcome, sir.
What's up, man?
We also have Mudhorn Station, so that's Ian's station.
Ian.
It's a relatively new thing. So, yeah, there you go. We got Task Force Figures and Games. We have Joel listening on his drive home. We also have Adrian Forbes in the chat. We got Lord of Thane is in the chat. He's still hanging out stateside, but
that's awesome. That is so cool. So yeah, we got.
We also have
who else we got?
KCC Toys in the chat. Thanks for coming out.
I feel like saying Casey and the Sunshine Band, but our boys.
We got Mr. Fat Red Foos in the chat. He's going to be on the roundtable this Friday night on WMC. So yeah, they're all. It's Wedzilla's roundtable. He picked everyone that's going to be on it. So there you go.
What? And I wasn't invited. The bastard. Oh, we got Bjorn. Let me bring him on. Oh, he just disappeared. Okay, never mind. He's gone.
You scared him away.
I know. Right when I said Bjorn, he cut out. So he's like, nope, forget it. I don't want to join these guys. They're
screw that.
They're a bunch of noobs. Well, in that case, I'm going to... maybe we should just jump right into things. And we'll get started out with... how about we start out with this week?
Bigger. Smaller. No, it's the one with a hole on the end that curves this way. I think I saw it once before over there in that pile near the circulators. There you go. I always knew you were the smart one.
Oh, yes. I'm the only one showing stuff this week. Oh, wait. Did I just see somebody new in there? There's Bjorn. Let me add him right one time.
Hey, yeah, look at there.
What's up, Bjorn?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you loud and clear. Schmebulak! I thought I saw somebody else too, but I guess.
I think that was me earlier, but it messed up.
No, just before you, I thought I saw someone else. I thought I saw either it was Lord of Thane or Lockdown. I saw an L in the name. So, anyways, they.
Oh, maybe it was Angus.
Maybe, yeah. But either way, he can come back in. Like I said, it's in my bio on Instagram. So you guys, if you want to join us, you can definitely do that. Just click on the link within the bio, and you can join the party. So yeah, well, let's get into some of the stuff that I'm working on. Most of you guys would have seen what I have going on on my Instagram if you follow me there. But for those that don't, here's what's going on. So right now I'm in the process of redoing my room. So this is the messy nonsense that I had going yesterday. So I kind of cleared some of that up. So if you saw the promo for today, you would see what it looks like now, which is kind of like this. It's still not perfect. I still got a lot of tidying up here and there, like the wires underneath my desk and stuff like that. But in general, I'm getting closer to where I want to get to, and I want to get to the world building, which are those shelves. So where that little nightstand is, that's going to be gone soon, and I'll have another tower desk shelf on the other side of that. So, and then Brad said whenever I do that, I have to have a bridge going across. So I have a bridge.
Oh, that'd be dope.
Too. So I have a bridge for that, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to having the space for all those different ships because it's going to be basically be a spaceport docking hangar bay. And then I'm working on this alien, so he's part of my Edge Point Police Force. So Edge Point Station Police (ESP). So that's going to be part of my police force. And I got this alien head, as you can see, from Craniac Studios. He has a lot of great stuff. The prices are pretty good too. So I do have a few other heads as well that I'm going to start painting up. Now that I've discovered how to properly paint a face, I still can't paint eyes, as you can see here, but I can get painting kind of smooth now. And then this guy, I got this guy from Joy Toy. And so the guy on the left is what he looked like last week when I first got him out of the package. And on the right, although he's missing his right arm because it popped out of joint, I actually added some soft goods, a sword, and I kind of glued down some of his accessories, like his wrist guards, his two holsters or leg strap stuff. I glued that down only because it was really loose, and I gave him a belt as well. So he's coming along nicely. I can't wait to get his arm fixed finally, but for whatever reason, it keeps popping out of joint. So I may have to put some glue in there. And then I bought this guy on the picture on the left. I bought this guy on AliExpress, and I was like, "Oh wow, miniaturized version of the Marvel Legends War Machine from the Endgame movie, or is it? Yeah, the Endgame movie." So I'm like, "Oh yeah, this is gonna be awesome." Then I pulled him apart, and he looks like this. He has no knee joint. He has no elbow joint, and he has no shoulder joint. So he has ball pegs in all those areas.
Oh,
but
that's weird.
He can't bend them. And then he has no hip joint, so he can't bend his legs. So I pulled them all apart. I made sure I got my money back. So at least I got my money back for that. That's the first time I ever had an issue on AliExpress, and they gave me no problems with giving my money back. So that's good. But now I've taken on the mission to turn them into an articulated figure. So I'm going to try to create the elbow joints. I'm going to try to create the knee joint. I'm going to also try to create the hip joints. But all is not lost. So the parts that he comes with, as you can see, like the shoulder rockets and all that, I have reused some of those parts in another project that I'm working on, which is my Punisher War Machine. Here's some images before I added some of the extra parts. So you can find these pictures on my Instagram. And then in the next picture, you're going to see what I've added. So I've added the rocket packs, as you can see on his legs.
Oh, that's cool.
And then also on his left arm, I added that cannon as well. So the minigun that's on the right arm, that was actually part of the War Machine, but it was actually supposed to plug into his shoulder. But instead of that, I decided to put a rocket launcher on his shoulder, which is a Final Faction piece. That I just repainted the rockets and the pack itself. So yeah, he's coming along nicely. I'm waiting for my water slide decals to come so I could put it on his chest armor because I ain't trying to paint that on a 4-inch figure. So, but yeah, he's coming out pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. And staying on a superhero kick, here's another superhero I worked on, and this is She-Hulk. So I gave her Fantastic Four outfit. Nice. It's kind of like my own custom version. I bought some more water slide decals so I can get that 4 on her chest. And that belt is actually from... So if you guys saw our last week's video where Abby normally actually was showing us some of the things that she normally uses for customizing. So she makes belts, and she actually makes it with buckles. So I got one of those belts with a buckle on it. So somebody already made it. And I just added that, glued that onto her. And it actually looks really cool because it just adds a little bit more depth to the character. So that's
what body is that?
That is I think it's the Marvel Universe. So this normally she's wearing, so where the outfit's blue, it's normally white and purple.
Okay.
So I repainted it to the blue to match the rest of the Fantastic Four team.
Nice.
And
Nice.
so that actually, the head that I used on her, that's actually from the G.I. Joe, the movies. It was G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra. What's her name?
CoverGirl.
Yeah, so I used the
Okay.
CoverGirl head
Okay.
on her, just because I thought it looked better as the Invisible Woman. So it worked out pretty good.
Nice.
And here she is with the team. And then here's another custom I'm working on, Superwoman. So right now the S on her chest is a water slide decal that I put on there. So technically it's a placeholder. I just recently purchased an STL file of the Superman crest that I want to shrink down and put on her chest. So it's an actual solid shield as opposed to just like a sticker or water slide decal. So that's the next phase of this once I get an opportunity to print that. But she turned out pretty good too. So the base body for that was a Boss Fights female Phantom.
Okay.
That's who I used for that. So the blue was mainly covered. I just had to repaint her crotch so that could match. And I actually think I matched the blues pretty good. It came out pretty good in regards to that. And then, so this is essentially the look that I want to go for with the shield. So once I get the shield, I want to make it wide enough.
That's cool.
Wide enough so that it reaches see how the cape droops down over her shoulders. I kind of want to put the crest in between there, so it kind of looks like how this looks. So that's what I'm looking to do. And that, my friends, is the stuff that I am working on. So the main project for me right now is is my room. So that's going to be some world building stuff that I'll be doing. And that's going to be happening very soon. Oh, Bjorn is back. Are you having some issues, sir?
Removed.
Oh, maybe I removed him by accident.
I think so.
Let's do, before we get into our conversation, because Bjorn's probably going to be the master at arms for that. Let's dive into our other segment. And now it's time for Greeblies.
Greeblies! Oh, my precious! Oh, yes, anything can be a Greebly!
I'm still quite impressed with that voice. I just love how that turned out.
Can you duplicate it, or is that like one of the only times in your life you can do that?
Yeah, I can do that voice.
Well, if I ever need to cast the Wicked Witch, you're it, dude.
Thanks.
Come here, my pretty!
Totally.
You almost made me spit out my drink.
I try. So yeah, so we're starting out with Devastation Station. He doesn't know that I've added these, but I've added these to our weekly Greeblies.
Sneaky.
Nice.
There's a few people that I've done that to in this week's episode. So because you guys are loafing, man, you're not sending me stuff, so I have to go out there and get it. So yeah, he did a great job with this Dalek. Is that what they're called from Doctor Who? Dalek.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, he used caps to make this, which is really cool. I really love how that turned out. Very awesome design, very simple design, but it looks phenomenal. He did a great job.
I love the handguns on them.
Yeah, it looks. I don't even know what those are from, but it looks really cool.
Yeah,
It's
they
worked
look
out.
cool.
And then he's also working on this UFO. So basically, it's just cardboard and a water bottle and caps.
Look, the dudes in it.
So yeah, let's take a closer look at those dudes. There they are. So really cool though. I like this design. Very simple. Anyone can make something like this. But here's some more images. I love when he does that with his floaties.
That's
Or
awesome.
as Rad says, floaters.
Floaters.
Yeah, that's
They're called
awesome.
floaters.
Yeah, that is awesome, right? So I love the design of this. I love when he adds those little things on the bottom of the ships and platforms. Looks really cool. I love the detail here. So mainly a lot of caps and a lot of just everyday stuff that you can find around the house that he's added, and just cardboard. So he's done a phenomenal job. I can't wait to see once he primes it and starts painting it, how that's going to look once it all gets united and pulled together. Yeah, man, it's awesome stuff.
Yeah, that's great.
I love it. Here's another angle of it. And then another person that they didn't know that I added, and they probably not even on the show anyways, but Electric Blue Station, he just recently created.
Really cool, man.
I know, right? So it's really awesome stuff. He just recently posted a reel in regards to this device, which is his moisture evaporator for his station. So it's of a larger scale because he said water is low on his station. So he created this for his station. So as you can see in so the very far right picture, he used hot glue to make the water effects inside the that device there. So this is basically he used vacuum cleaner parts, a water pump. So in the middle picture, you can see where the water pump is.
Yep.
The vacuum cleaner parts, I think, is the rest of it. And then so in these pictures, in the first picture where that character's hand is, where they're about to press like on that panel, that's actually from a motherboard. He just pulled that off and just repainted it. So you know the parts when they solder it on, that's what those are. And then he has that little monitor in the center picture. He has like a little monitor that you put inside the piece. And yeah, it looks really cool. I love when people just use regular junk to make an entirely new thing. So it came out really good. I can't wait to see some of his other creations. So yeah, Electric Blue Station.
Like it would belong in a scene somewhere, you know?
Yeah, exactly, right? So it's like I could picture this being like a live action full size device that works just like that. I could totally picture that as like a human sized version of it. But yeah, it's really cool. And then we have Fat Red Foo. So he sent us some other pictures of something that he had shown us before, but he didn't really have an angle of what the product itself looked like. So this is that maze with the ball bearing that goes through the maze. This is just to give you a better idea of what it looks like. So this is something you can find at Dollar Tree. That's where he got this. And he separate the pieces. So by separating the maze part itself, he has these extra layers, and then those two pieces what he repainted, and he used those for wall pieces. But I think you can actually see through that, so that's how he got some pretty unique lighting effects by shining light through those two panels. And here it is painted with a coppery look. So yeah, that turned out really cool.
Yep.
You can either check out his stuff on Instagram, or you can always check out our video where we showcase his stuff, and you can see some of the images there as well. But yeah, it came out really cool. And here's another person that didn't realize I added their stuff. Jerry, she's been actually just killing it with her custom stuff. So she created this panel, and she even tells you what the parts are. Although there's some parts that I don't know what they are, and I'm very curious. Too bad she's not on the show now to tell us. I know these are Lego parts.
Oh yeah,
glued onto a block. So that block is a Jenga block, and those three tall things, those are actually Christmas lights.
Okay.
Broken Christmas lights that she glued onto there. But what I want to know is, what are they sitting on, and what are those little
Jenga block?
What's that?
A Jenga block.
No. Is that the base of the light? It is
the
just
socket
the base of
for the light.
Yeah, you're right.
She's just cutting them off there.
Okay, yeah, that's all that is. But I also want to know what those are. Those little bedazzled jewels? Yeah,
that's what they look like.
Yeah, you're right. That's what they are. That looks cool though. Turned out really good.
Yeah,
she did a great job with that. But yeah, I'm liking her customs because she uses a lot of like spare parts here and there, and puts these really awesome things together. So I really do enjoy this. So go and check her out on Instagram. So it's Jerry_904. On Instagram, she comes up with some really cool concepts, and her pictures, actually, her photography is starting to go up now. So that's improving as well. So it's always good to see people how they progress from when we first started seeing them. Because I remember when she first started, it's like, I don't know if I could do that kind of stuff. And now look at her. Now she's making tutorial pictures.
Yeah, she's been killing it.
Yeah, she's been doing a great job. Awesome stuff. And here's Lord of Thane. So he made me one of these last year, and it was really awesome. But this one, way cooler than the one he made me. But this is no bias or anything, but this is really cool. So again, he used a deodorant stick and a razor to build this. So not only does it look cool, but it smells good too. So when I got mine, it still smelled good. So that was like an added bonus. It was really cool. So here's the razor that he used for the seat. So this is more like the body part of the body of the speeder. So
okay.
even he used the back, the portion that actually pushes the deodorant up. He used that as the seat back, which is really cool. So
That's so good.
I know, right? It's a pretty cool
Yep.
concept. I love it. And so here's some added greeblies to it, which really looks cool. It starts to bring it together. It kind of has that what's her name's bike?
Ray.
Ray. That's
Ray.
it. That
It actually looks like a mix of that and the solo speeder bike.
Yeah, you're right. It does. It looks really cool though. I just love all the greeblies on it.
Man, I can't wait to when world building gets so big, and when there's a TV show, later on in years down the road, and people are like, "We're going to give you these spare parts, and you're going to have to create something out of this." It's like
a competition?
Yeah, what was that show? Face Off?
All that, and so it's like you have to use parts now.
It's like that show Face Off where they had to build a whole costume out of just the junk that was put in front of them.
Never go to sleep watching that show. You're gonna have a weird dream.
Yeah, with all the prosthetic things that they create. But look at this thing, man. This is awesome. And it's basically used the whole thing. Like, sometimes you'll just use bits and pieces. This guy used the whole thing, and it's turning out awesome. So he did advise that there's no paint work on it yet because his good paint's back home in Germany. So when he gets back, he's going to give it a paint job. But nonetheless, it looks amazing with all these greeblies. There's a cargo net he added to it. But yeah, phenomenal job, man. Looks excellent. And I even like his pilot.
Oh, yeah.
She looks cool, too. She's pretty
hot.
But yeah, great stuff, man. Awesome stuff. And here's my contribution to this week's weekly Greeblies. So this is something I want to buy because I'm actually working, like I said, on a hanger. So this is something I saw at IKEA for like $29, I think it is, Canadian. So for you Americans, like $2. So, so basically what this is just a plastic container. But what I like about it is, first of all, I like the design, like with the round parts. I'm hoping those round parts are translucent. So if I put lighting in there, it should show up. But what I do like too is how it opens. So this gives you an idea of the size of how big it is. So it should be able to fit a fairly decent sized ship in there. But what I like is that the doors pop open, so they pop up and then slide back into the roof of the cabinet. So that's going to be pretty cool, especially for photography and stuff like that. So I want to grab a couple of these to put in my hanger bay. So it should be pretty cool. And then we have Timbo Toys. You guys should have seen this already. He posted a reel on how he built this. So he don't use no 3D parts in this. He built it out of a Tic Tac container and some straws. And I don't know what the plastic part is. I don't know if it's like a toothpick or something, but awesome stuff. Like, so he didn't paint the back so that you could clearly see what it was made out of. Whereas I would have just probably 3D printed it. But this is brilliant. So this goes to show you that you don't need a 3D printer to make some really cool stuff. So yeah, that's some awesome stuff. Cool. So yeah, that brings us to the end of our weekly Greeblies, man. So that's all the good stuff that we've gotten this week. So we're just flying along today. So I kind of wanted to get halfway through the show by this point, so that way we can really dive into the conversation while everybody's here today. So we're all going to Joefest. Let's go to Joefest. Let's go to Joefest. So yeah, here's a slideshow that I put together. It's nothing major. It's just about some of the stuff and people that are going to be at Joefest this year. So I'm really excited for this. So Rad and I are coming down from the States. From Canada. So it's going to be a long trip. How long is it, Rad? Like 15 hours or something like that?
It's going to be about 15 hours. So we'll probably be, I don't know, maybe 17, 18 hours with stops and stuff like that. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
That's insane.
But yeah, so we're planning on being there on Friday, but we're not attending Joefest. We got tickets for Saturday. Yeah. But yeah, I've been talking. When I was talking to Dom, we're going to try and do like a big supper or something like on the Saturday night, like after Joefest, like everybody go out as a group kind of thing. Yeah. So that'll be fun. Cool,
I'm just really looking forward to meeting everyone, man. That's the part that I'm really excited for is meeting Bjorn, meeting Brian, meeting Dom, just to meeting all these people in person. So I'm gonna be able to continue my segment that I started with Rad, which is called Galaxies Collide. So I'm looking forward to continuing that at Joefest. So that should be a lot of fun. The only thing I'm not looking forward to is the last topic of the slide. So we'll get to that in a second. But the first thing I'm excited for, and I talked to Bjorn about this, is the Sergeant, baby. I can't wait to see
he's gonna
this
be
guy.
right up front.
I can't wait to see this guy in person, man. Like it's not gonna be quite the same like back in the day when I used to watch him in wrestling and the cartoons and stuff, but still it's gonna be awesome to see him in person. So
He
back in the
stays in
day,
character the full time too. By the way,
I think that's just who he is. That's probably just who he is.
Yeah.
But this is what I grew up with. So on the left is the GI Joe. I can't remember what was the name of that vehicle. Is it the
Triple
Warthog?
T.
Triple T.
Triple T. Yeah, that's it.
Triple T.
So that was so cool. Although I always thought it was kind of silly that he was driving in an open cockpit vehicle. But it did look
Sergeant
cool.
Slaughter
nonetheless.
did. Bullets just bounce off of the guy.
Exactly. And in a
He's
cartoon
bulletproof.
intro, he's like grabbing the bat characters as he's driving by them and punching them out. So that was really cool. And then a few years after that, they updated him with the 25th anniversary version, and that's the one that you see on the right there. But now he's bigger and he's better. We got two different companies making a Sergeant Slaughter. Not only did Action Force make one, but Hasbro decided to make not only one but two different versions of this guy. So there's the one that you see here.
And there's a
with the blue
third.
top. Is there a third
There's
one?
a third. Yeah, there's a Mercer and Sarge 2-pack coming out for Classified. So there's another
Oh wow!
Sarge
So there's going
coming.
to be a third version of the Sergeant.
It's the
So who do you guys think did it better?
Marauders version.
Who do you guys think did it better, Classified or Action Force? Or Valor
I've got the
version?
original Classified Slaughter, and I think he's the best out of all three. Like
Right.
the one you don't have pictured here, like the one that originally came out. But I don't know.
There he is.
Yeah, there he is.
He's
So
the
I
one on
think
the
he's a-
right.
I think he's a way better Slaughter.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
huge
Yeah, he
too.
looks-
I like the bigger
Yeah,
one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
The Action Force one looks wimpy compared to him.
Yeah, he doesn't look like a Sergeant
Well,
Slaughter.
You had to figure they probably just had to, kind of get close to the likeness because, reasons.
Unless
I do like how he
Unless
looks
Action-
though with all his gear on though.
Well,
Does
he
look cool.
actually owns his
Unless
own
I-
likeness,
Oh, okay, that's cool.
yeah.
but Action
Unless,
Force has
Action
a
Force-
very limited tooling library, so they probably had to
Oh, okay.
reuse other parts.
Right.
But
That's
maybe
true. That's
that's
how come he's
Slaughter.
not huge.
That's Slaughter now. That's Sergeant Slaughter now. And
Maybe,
the other one is
yeah.
Sergeant Slaughter in the past.
That could be it too. But either way, they both look cool. If I were collecting 6-inch again, I would have gotten this character a long time ago. Well, I actually like the blue. That's
The
I'm
Marauder version.
I'm
Yeah.
impartial because I love that color blue, but that one looks cool. I like the rucksack that he comes with, and
Zilla's
the
trolling
gloves,
trolling
and the
in
weight.
chat here. Zilla's trolling us in the chat.
The dice are locked up until the next death race.
I'm not talking to you, Zilla. Thanks for inviting me to the round table, you bitch. But yeah, so the other person I'm looking forward to either hearing from or seeing is Larry Hama. So this guy, I grew up reading his comic books, and
Yes.
here's a
Oh,
few
yeah.
of the ones that I really enjoyed
Yes.
growing up. Like that Snake Eyes one was really cool. And what I love about Larry Hama is that he actually really brought the grittiness to the G.I. Joe comic books, which was really cool. And he actually got rid of a lot of the stereotypes that comic books were doing back in the day. Like Asian people were always painted yellow, like bright yellow. So he got rid of that. And of course, the first Asian person they introduced to G.I. Joe, which is Storm Shadow, they made him an evil person. So he said, no, we're going to change some of that. So he added some depth to that character, which is really cool. Made him have a reason for being evil as opposed to just being a bad guy for bad guy's sake. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to hearing what he has to say. I hope I can get through to one of his panels, maybe even get a autograph or something. I'll see if I can find my old comic books.
Yeah, I'm gonna
See
definitely
what
try to
they
get something
sign.
signed by him just because I mean, that was my childhood right there.
Yeah, exactly. So I definitely.
So what are the lineups like at Joefest then? I wonder for like getting your photo done or an autograph or getting something
For
signed.
Slaughter,
it's going to be long, but for everyone else, not too bad.
Okay, that's cool. That's good to hear. And
maybe
then I want to meet these guys.
Larry Ham will be busy too.
Yeah,
he's
pretty popular. He's like a staple of Joefest from what I've seen.
Yeah, man.
And so these guys, I wouldn't mind meeting these guys. It's not a big deal if I do, if I don't. But these are characters I grew up really enjoying in the cartoon. Like Quick was one of my
Master
favorite characters. And then I also enjoyed Zach Hoffman's Zartan interpretation. So pretty cool stuff. So I wouldn't mind meeting those guys. And then another person that was a staple of my childhood with G.I. Joe. This guy, Stephen Rice, or Reese, or however you say it. But this guy made some of my favorite G.I. Joe toys. Like the night I didn't own any of these growing up, but I also had friends that had this stuff. But he made some really awesome designs. Like that Night Raven, that still holds up today. The design was so cool.
And the Terradrome.
And like I loved how the cockpit dropped down. That was a really cool concept. I like the extra ship on top, which is really cool as well. And the Terradrome I always wanted, but just could never afford it. So
I was lucky.
Really cool as well.
Yeah, I just found 3D prints for a classified Terradrome. I'm like, no way, man. It's huge.
That would be
gigantic.
I know, right?
Dude, it's 4.5 feet across.
Oh shit! So that's bigger than what this design is.
That's God, crazy. Yeah, it's scaled for classified.
I think this one was about 2 foot across, maybe. Maybe the original was like maybe 2 foot across.
Probably,
like
yeah.
Oh yeah, it was 2 feet across, yeah.
But the thing is that one that you found the file for, even though it's 4 feet across for classified, that would be like the perfect scale for the 1/18 scale for an actual Terradrome.
Oh, for an actual one, yeah, it'd be massive, dude.
I know I wouldn't dare touch that, but yeah, the next I do want to get another printer, one where I can print all the time because right now I can't print because of the
yeah. Someone did do a classified scale flag, and it ended up being 14 feet long.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw a video for that. I'm like, holy snap, that thing's massive. Like, where are you gonna put that? Or once you built it, you can't take it apart. That's it, unless you magnetize it or something. But then there would be like lines all over the place where it breaks apart. But yeah, these are some of the lineup that I'm looking forward to. There's obviously, if you go and check out their website, there's a heck of a lot more.
Storm Shadow's going to be there too.
Oh, really? I didn't see his name there.
Yeah, Keone Young.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I did see the name there. I couldn't find a picture, like one of these kind of pictures. But yeah, I really can't wait to see what this is all about. But the one thing I'm not excited about, now that I'm older, I don't like this kind of stuff. But when I was younger, I didn't mind it. Is the crowds. I'm not looking forward to the crowds, man.
This is actually taken from the backside on the elevated part above the show floor.
Right. So this is probably on one of the less busy days, though. Yeah. It doesn't look like there's a massive amount of people.
Yeah, see that brown door there?
Yeah.
That's actually where you come in from the hallway portion.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's a massive space, though. Man.
Well, I'm wondering which day is going to be the busiest. Like, is Friday the Saturday. Big day because it's the first day, or do you think Saturday is the busiest day?
I would think
really
Saturday.
Depends. I would say Saturday.
Yeah, because the kids are coming in and all that kind of stuff. Because most
but
people,
if you're looking for deals, Saturday and Sunday are the two best days.
All right, so that's
yeah. People don't want to take shit home with them sometimes.
Well, I know Friday you better buy all your exclusives or close to it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
we're
not going to be there.
It depends what the. Yeah, it depends what the exclusive. We'll be in Augusta like Friday, probably by noon or early afternoon.
Yeah,
but yeah, we're not.
Well, if you're in Augusta by noon, then you should be able to get the show, unless you don't have tickets for that day.
No, we don't.
I don't.
We just got tickets for the Saturday because we weren't exactly sure when we'd be coming in and all that. Plus, we weren't too crazy about going in on the Friday. Like 2 days in a row of massive crowds, I wasn't feeling that. So I was happy with just going with the one day. Plus Saturday is usually the busiest day and usually has the most panels, so that's the day I
Yeah,
really
see,
wanted to go
I'm
on.
mostly going to be looking for like classified army builders or like just kind of like loose figures in general. So I'm not
Yeah.
like too worried about getting like I don't know. I haven't heard what all the exclusives are, but there's nothing so far that I really want.
Well,
You're
last
definitely
year
going to want to
they
go through the loose parts bin and the loose
yes,
figures bins.
that's me, baby. That's gonna be my jam. Is going through all the loose parts because that's the stuff I really want. Like all those Greeblies. So of course, we're gonna have a massive Greebly section that following week when we come back to the show. But I'm really excited for that. Like digging through the box. I remember seeing Dom's videos when he was going through some of those bins and making like 3 or 4 complete like massive vehicles. I'm like, oh man,
Yeah.
that's what I want. So
Usually those guys with the extra parts bins,
yeah.
they're over towards the left of that first picture,
Oh, okay.
and the guys with the loose figures are on the other side.
They don't like each other, so they stay on opposite sides of the room. But so yeah, what's the crowd like though? Like are people very like get out of my way? I need to find my shit, or is like
No, they're nice.
that's cool. So I'm not too worried about that because I know I've gone to like Comic-Con here. And yeah, there are a lot of nice people, but there's a lot of grumpy people too, man. Just want you out of the way so that they can get to their exclusives. Or if they see something on a shelf that's right behind you, they'll like practically knock you over just to get that item. I'm like, really? You really need
I mean,
it
I'm
that
sure that
bad?
stuff happens, but I haven't experienced it.
Cool. So how many times have you gone, Bjorn?
This one will be my 3rd year in a row.
Oh wow, okay, that's cool. So yeah, well, depending on how good it is, I may come back again next year. It's too bad though I missed last year because I would have mind to have met Lockdown. That
Mhm.
that would have been
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
cool because he was coming over from England. He's not coming this year. Maybe next year. Adam said he might go down, depending on if he could plan a trip around that. Aside from just going there just for Joefest. So maybe next year I'll go again. Again, it all depends on what my experience is this year, right? So, but I am looking forward to like really digging through those boxes and finding some cool stuff and seeing what we can find in there. But so what are the panels like? Or like when they like all those guys that I showed, are they like? Do they actually have
I'll be right
panels,
back,
or they
Pirate.
just have their cool? Or do
Some
they
guys
just have
will have
tables?
panels. I know Seth Green, he's going to be there. He's going to have a panel.
Okay.
Oh, he is.
Yes.
Okay.
What does Steph Green do? Like I suck with
Robot
names.
Chicken?
Oh my god, how did I forget that name?
Yeah, he was there last year, apparently.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind meeting him, man.
He
That
walked
would be
right by
cool.
me, and I wasn't ready for like how short he was.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
tiny. He's very.
I kind of want to
tiny.
meet him because of Robot Chicken and all that stuff. And
Robot Chicken and the movie that he was in called Without a Paddle. That movie's hilarious. I love that movie. Definitely check that out. If you haven't seen it, go and check out Without a Paddle.
Also, some of the panels are going to be in the room where these people, where the picture is being taken from in that first picture.
Yeah.
That's where some of the panels are going to be.
Oh,
is in
okay.
that elevated room.
Oh, in the elevator. Okay, I was about to say they're gonna be on the floor. That's kind of
No.
weird. Okay, so that elevated room is that
there's an
like
elevated room.
Is that like a
opposite
big
the hallway.
conference room, or is that?
Well, they do have conference room where a couple panels might be, but for the
Right.
most part, the panels last year were all in the same room, which was the
So-
elevated room opposite the hallway.
So that elevated room where this picture was taken, is that from like a hallway type thing, like hallway balcony kind of thing?
Yes, there is 2 balconies, one on each side with stairs going up to it,
Okay, that's cool.
so you can access it from the show floor.
Really, yeah.
But you can
can't
also
wait for
access
this.
it from the hallway.
Nice.
Yeah, you'll have to get all geared up and go on see some of people's like Joefest 2024 tours because the one guy walks the whole balcony and it's like
Right.
freaking crazy, dude. But yeah, I
Oh,
think we're
man.
gonna find a lot of cool shit for sure.
Yeah, that's
Oh, you
really
definitely
what
will.
I'm looking for to, because I'm hoping I can find like ship parts, not too, because I know I'm mainly gonna find like tanks and all that, because it's Joefest, right?
Oh, you
So
definitely will. Trust me.
I'll find like a lot of tanks. So I guess I'll be making a lot of speeder tanks and stuff like that, as opposed to like complete ships, because there's not gonna be too many ship parts, I would think.
Well, I think if Ramen's there, I think I'm gonna pull the trigger on that van that they made. That's 112 van.
They were there last year.
Which van is no?
Yeah,
I
and they
haven't.
got no, and then
the bread
they
van.
make like a tank. Yeah, and then they do like a tank and a bridge layer and like a bunch of other stuff in 112 scale. But yeah, I'm definitely that van. I want it so bad for like I don't know, like characters like Punisher, like if
that A-Team van
or something.
Yes.
Well, it's done in different. So you can buy different styles. Like there's a base model, and then you can get the A-Team.
Yeah, I saw that.
Apparently, there's a mystery machine paint job coming.
Oh, really? I gotta see that. Yeah. Like if I collected
really cool,
the 112, I would definitely get that van, because that thing looks sick.
Oh,
man. When I saw that, awesome. Like I want to get that, and it even has like all the interior of the A-Team van actually has all the same kind of things that were in the original van, like that cargo case in the back of the truck where they kept their weapons and stuff. They had that in there.
Oh yeah.
They had the extra seats in the back set up the same way, which is really cool. So most of the parts that actually go onto that van are all, I think, they're magnetized, right? I think
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I think from the video I saw they were magnetized, but yeah, that definitely looks cool. I just don't have the space for something like that now, so I wouldn't get anything like that. But that can't be cheap though. That's got to be expensive.
I think American. It's 100. It's a little, just a bit over 100. I don't think it's like 200 or anything. Maybe it is. I don't know. Well, but I don't know. Usually on vacation, I splurge. When I'm on vacation, I'll splurge a little more. Like it's not like I'm going to Joefest.
Really, dude? Only after. On vacation? Yeah. Dude, you splurge all the time, man.
Yeah.
You're not locked down, but you're pretty darn close, man. You don't even buy one.
But I wouldn't go on like I might spend $100 or something like that, but wouldn't be like going over and when I was hanging out with Zilla and we go to like there and back again, I've got like $500 in store credit to blow, and I just like get a massive haul, and like then that's where usually when I do shit like that, that's where I get like my NECA stuff, like my Alien and Predator stuff, because I'm kind of like splurging because I'm like away from home kind of thing. Like I don't know.
Nice. But yeah, but that's the other thing too. You know, get caught up in, especially like something like Joefest with all those people, all those bins. I could totally see myself overspending. It's like, oh, look at this. Oh, it's only $10. That
it's very easy to do that.
Exactly. That $10 turns into 10 items. That's $100 right there. It's like, holy shit! How did I spend $500 already? Like I have an actual maximum cap that I don't want to go over. I'm not saying anything yet because I don't want to put it out there yet until I finalize exactly how much I can actually take with me or spend after I pay for all of our amenities and stuff like that. So once that's out of the way, then I could properly budget how much I'm.
But it's like you said too. Like I don't know why my camera keeps turning itself off. But yeah,
I thought that was you doing it.
No, man. Like I did it when I went to the bathroom there. I did, but no. I'm looking forward to just like kind of meeting everybody. And actually, I'm pretty stoked to see Georgia. I've always wanted to go down like that way anyway.
Yeah.
And then like on our drive back, we're gonna come back up towards like we're gonna cut through like Ohio, and we're gonna plan on connecting with Zilla and Tone, like probably the last night.
It's gonna be hot while you're there.
Back on.
I know. I'm ready. Because I've been to Memphis midsummer, and it was like 110 degrees when I went there. So it was like as soon as we stepped out of the airport, it's like walking into a wall of humidity. So you could actually feel the air was so thick. Like as soon as you stepped out of the airport, it's like you walked into heat. And it's like, holy shit, this is crazy.
Oh yeah,
man. This is nuts. I hate.
Dude, well, we're gonna be spending all that time in like a nice air conditioned vehicle, other than stops. And
exactly that, and then we're gonna be inside here. So inside there is gonna be air conditioned too. So yeah, I'm never.
But we're right around the corner. Like we got a bit of a cheaper, like non-bug infested hotel around the corner or whatever.
Hey,
or
how far away from the Marriott is it?
Like we're probably about, I would say, between a 5 to 10 minute drive tops, like probably 5 minute drive.
I think you're staying at the same hotel I did last year.
Cool. Either way, just as long as it's air conditioned, that's all I care about, man.
Oh well.
It's not even humid today, and I'm already like right now I'm sweating only because I had to close my window. Because around here, everyone has a souped-up car, so they're always revving their car, and whenever they stop at the stoplight, they're always revving their cars. So didn't want to pick that up on camera. So I'm melting already. So I can't even imagine what it's gonna be like mid June in Augusta, which is already hot to begin with.
It's actually not going to be bad.
I think I'm staying in a Holiday Inn Express or something. About
Yeah,
a mile
you're down
away.
Yeah, you're down the. I think you showed you. I think you told me you were staying. You're like the other way. You're a bit closer to us. Like we have to go down Main Street. Main Street, probably like I don't know, 5 or 6 blocks, and then we hang a right, and then the Marriott Hotel is like right there. So
yeah, you guys are staying at the exact same hotel I was at last year.
Oh, that's
okay.
cool.
Well, hopefully it's a good.
I can't wait to go just because I just want to see everybody, and then I want to talk to my peeps at Fresh Monkey Fiction, and so that's the main reason for me to go. Really, is because I wanted to go see them and see all the stuff they will be showing off.
Well, if they do have that exclusive, that Commando one that's blue and white, they have that there on hand. I'm buying it one time because right now I'm waiting for it to come out with Big Bad Toy Store, but it's like it's taking too long. So I'm hoping they'll have some exclusives there. Because all I want is a bubble helmet. I just want a character with a bubble helmet. So
they normally have an exclusive. However, with what has happened, well, from
like with the tariffs and all that stuff.
Well, what I've heard is one of the guests that's usually there that has Ed Hellman, who has Bullet Man the year before, and then Black Jet last year, said that their
I'm not gonna like what you're about to say.
Their stuff was not going to be able to make it in time, and so that you won't have to worry about buying that exclusive. But I think Fresh Monkey will probably have at least one though.
As long as I can get one bubble helmeted character, that's all I care about. Because I've always wanted one, but I just never got around to getting one, or
last year
it was sold out.
They actually had a like spin the dial thing and win a prize, where they gave you bags of random accessories if you bought something there. So,
okay,
they might have it again this year.
I'm definitely down for that because they have some pretty cool accessories. Or if I can find one of those army guys that wearing the army uniforms, if they have one of those guys on hand, I want to get one of those because I want one for my Jim Rhodes. So when he's not in the War Machine armor, I want him to be in his uniform. So hopefully I can get one of those.
And Marauders will be there too.
Yeah. They're going to be. They're going to be in the center aisle, right up front.
Okay, that's cool. Because I'll be buying a whole lot of accessories from them. That's for sure.
Where those brown doors are.
Yeah.
They're pretty much going to be right on the other side of that, on the inside.
So that's where I'm starting. Yeah, that's where I'm starting is their booth because that's probably going to be the pricier stuff compared to like the spare parts and stuff. So
see, they're also sharing a booth with Skeletron.
Oh no! Oh no!
So
I haven't bought any Skeletron stuff yet. I haven't bought any Skeletron stuff yet, but if they have those little robots with the skeleton heads, I'm getting those.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Those Skeletron, the skeleton drones,
a
little 3-pack, and I'll tell you, man, those heads that they come with those are probably the best heads in the business as far as like
because you can use those on regular figures too, right?
They fit good on PVC also.
Yes, nice. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna because I saw what you've come up with, Bjorn. Some of your customs are really popping with those heads because I like
those
that
Skeletron heads fit on pretty much anything.
But that one that you did with is it the Snow Trooper or the Snow Commander? That looks crazy with that Skeletron head, the white Skeletron head. That looks so cool, man. I like that design. But that's what I like is like kit bashes that are just simple, but can really look awesome, right? And that design looks really cool. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of spare parts I can find, what kind of figures I can find that I can pull apart and make some new customs out of. My main thing is trying to find vehicles. That's the main
Super
thing. Although
Seven's also going to be there too. Now that looking at the map,
I don't care about Super Seven. They're 5 POA figures.
Beasts
Who
of
cares?
I think Beasts of the Mesozoic is supposed to be there too.
Oh
I
no!
believe
Okay,
so. I
that's
think
my
they're going to be
budget
right
gone.
up front also,
That's my
or
budget
close
gone.
to it.
Like if they have their 118 stuff out, my budget's gone. It's gone. Guaranteed it's gone. Because the thing is, I want to try to buy as
Yeah,
many
he's
stuff
still
that I
waiting
can.
to see.
What's that? Would you say that?
He's still waiting to find out, but he's still waiting to find out. But if Odd Frog ends up going, I think Dead Man's going to be there too.
Oh, cool. That'd be cool. I wouldn't mind meeting him as well.
Yeah.
But the thing about this, one of the main things I want to do too, not aside from just buying all those spare parts, is I want to try to buy a lot of those things I would find online, but the things I would pay an arm and a leg for shipping. So I'm trying to avoid having to pay shipping if I can grab a lot of the stuff that I seen online that I want. And if I can find some of those things there, then I just saved a whole bunch of money. So the money I save on shipping, that's extra figures right there. So that's how I'm looking at it. So that also factors into my budget.
There's a couple specific sellers that I'm hoping are there again this year. That they've been in the same spot the past couple years I went.
Okay, you gotta tell.
They
You gotta
usually have some
share.
good stuff.
You gotta share who, or you just don't want to share because you want it all to yourself.
Oh yes, I'm going to keep it all to myself.
So who are you looking forward to seeing there?
There's this lady who usually has some cool TVC stuff.
Right.
She's usually in the corner.
Which side, the left or the right?
To the left of the first picture there.
Okay, so to the right as you come in, then.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so I'm going to look for her too. I'm gonna follow you because you know where all the good shit is. If most of them get the same spots, I'll follow where you go and.
Hey,
see what you can find.
Bjorn. So you've been there for a few years. Do people have stuff priced, like over the top, or are they pretty, like realistic? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
some
eBay
are
prices?
overpriced, but most of the stuff that I went to, they had pretty decent prices. Even the one TVC lady, she actually had a few of the TVC packs at retail or just under retail.
Right.
Okay. So she probably bought those at Ollie's and got them, sold them for a little
Probably,
bit more.
but I'm not caring because I'm getting TVC figures.
Yeah, like I don't mind if they bought like a whole bunch of figures from Ollie's for like $5 and then sold them for like $7. You know what I mean? I can live with that because it's still a fair price. You know?
Yeah,
what
I don't
mean?
mind that either. It's like I don't want to pay $20 for
a figure you can find at Ollie's.
Off Amazon for 15.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
That's the kind of stuff I'm hoping to avoid.
Yeah.
Especially when we order stuff from eBay in Canada, the international shipping is astronomical. Sometimes it's more expensive than the actual item you're buying. And it's just insane. Like the last I've been buying a lot of Iron Man figures, so I usually try to whenever I look at a figure, I never put it on a watch list or anything like that because I know that the seller's gonna reach out to me, and every time they reach out to me, I decline offer, decline. I keep declining their offer until they give me a price that I want, only because I know the shipping amount is just gonna kill me. So I usually wait till the price drops really, really low, especially if it's a loose figure. Like, don't try to charge me more than retail on a loose figure, man. You know what I mean?
Well,
like, that's ridiculous.
If you want good prices on stuff, usually last year there was this guy off to the right of the picture, which would be left as soon as you go in.
Right.
He had loose figures for about 5 or 10 a piece.
That's what I'm talking about. I don't even need accessories. I have so many guns and melee weapons that I don't need accessories. Like unless it's like really cool helmets or like costume parts, I don't need that stuff. I just mainly want really cool figures. Like I just recently found the armored Scarlet, which is for me is a hard figure to find at a good price, and I got it for $15. I was like, holy shit, that's Scarlet for 50 and in the package. I got it for $15, and with shipping, it came to like $25 Canadian, which to me,
Hey,
that's a great price for that figure.
hey Bjorn. So, will anybody be selling like Eagle Force figures there?
Uh, some booths might have some figures, but I know there's a few booths that sold like hacks figures and mix
Gotcha.
of other type.
Gotcha.
So most likely,
So they were selling what their own version, like their own custom hacks figures, is what they were doing.
no, they were selling like hacks figures that were on the cards and stuff.
Oh, okay. So maybe there might be someone
So,
who's selling blanks. That'd be
Boss
cool.
Fight's not there though, right?
I would
I
love it
haven't
if
seen
they
them on the
were.
guest list yet, but I'm gonna assume they are gonna be there.
Oh, if they are, I'm definitely getting some stuff because again, shipping just kills me with their
Man,
stuff.
I just love. I just sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just love to be able to like talk to these creators.
Yes, well,
That's
especially
what
because
I'm
that's the
like,
direction
so-
I'm going in down the
Yeah.
road. Because like next year, I want to launch my book, and then within a year after that, I want to release my own action figure line, and hopefully, I
Right.
could do a mixed line with both 118 and 112, so I can reach both ends. It all depends too on what like factories and what kind of money I have and stuff, but. And then Rad, you're gonna help me design some of those figures, what they look like. So, but yeah, that's the plan for the
That'll be
next 2
fun.
years is getting the book out and then getting the figures out, or like a year or a year and a half after that, right? So, I'd love to be able to pick these guys, but especially
Yeah,
like
man.
Boss Fight, they started out, on their own, independent. Even though some of them worked for like Hasbro and stuff like that, I'd still love to see or find out how they went about putting these things together, or even the guys that Fresh Monkey Fiction. I'd love to pick their brain too on how they got started and how they went
Yeah.
about it and stuff like that. So that's kind of the stuff that I want to be able to do too with a lot of the independent sellers that are going to be there. So this should be a lot of fun. And grabbing all those parts and figures, I'm getting
Yeah.
so jazzed for this, man. Like I'm really excited. I don't normally get excited for trips, but because I haven't been out, actually the last time I've been on any kind of a trip was when I went to visit you last October, Rad. Other than that, I've been stuck cooped up in my house because of
Oh,
my
really?
leg.
That's it, eh?
Well, because of my leg, I couldn't really, especially in the winter, I couldn't venture out much because anytime I went out, I fell, and then I re-injured my knee. So it ended up making things worse. I just stayed in.
Fair enough.
I just said, "Fuck it, I'm staying
Yeah,
inside,
I'm
making
actually.
sure I heal for Joefest." So now I'm ready. So
Yeah, the only
did
like
my
obviously
rehab.
the only I'm not really looking super forward to is the long drive, but
Yeah, I wish I
it
could
is what
help
it
you with
is. At
that,
least when
but
we're driving, oh, it's all right. But at least part of the drive is like at nighttime, and there won't be as many people on the highways and stuff like that. We can just kind of
yeah,
give her, but it'll be good once we finally get there. And then on the way back, we can kind of take our time and stop and add some
yeah.
ollies and check out some
That's
mom
I'm
and
looking.
pop toy
Well, actually, I
shops.
probably won't even have money by then. Probably be broke by that point. But hopefully, well, that's why we have credit cards, right? So
That's right. Yeah,
I'll,
emergency only.
I'll pay it all off in July and August. I won't go anywhere. Although I have to start after this trip. I have to start saving up for my England trip in December. So that's my next big trip after this. I'll be visiting other people like Lockdown, Adam, anyone who's out there in Europe. I want to be able to meet up with them. Hopefully, I can
Nice.
meet Skellywag TV in person. That'd be cool.
That's cool.
So that'd be interesting as well. But yeah, this trip I'm looking forward to meeting Brian. I'm looking forward to meeting you, Bob, Bjorn, the Triple Bs. So looking forward to meeting those guys, Dom and Joe. 'Cause I think Joe's going as well this year, right? So
Well,
maybe
and maybe Starboy because it's up in the air, but the plan was him and his two sons are riding in with me if it all works.
Well, that'd be cool too. I wouldn't mind meeting those guys as well. So that'd be a lot of fun. I don't think Timbo's
Yeah.
going this year, but yeah, anyone who's going, either let it, if you're watching the replay, let me know in the comments if you're going. If so, I'll look for you, and I'll be wearing my on Saturday I'll be wearing my Pirates of the Galaxy T-shirt. So if you don't recognize this lovely face, at least look for my T-shirt, and I'll meet
You'll
you guys in
recognize me
person.
right away.
Well, yeah, with your awesome hat.
With the captain hat.
I know. How can
Yeah.
I
I got to
not?
figure out something to wear where people know me. I'm not wearing a beanie in the middle of June though. So
Nope.
You're not wearing
So
a
I'll-
beanie.
not
So yeah, I'm
happening.
gonna wear my other. I just ordered another. Hopefully, I get it in time. I just ordered another Pirates of the Galaxy T-shirt, so the one that has the more graffiti looking icon. So hopefully I can get that. But yeah, that brings us to the top of the hour. So next week, so you have until Monday to send me pictures of your avatar. So again, it could be an avatar of yourself. It could be an avatar of someone you know, a celebrity, any one of those things. Whether you made it already or you're making it now, send me those things. I want to see them. We got a whole bunch from Fat Red Foo, so I can't wait to show those off. You've seen some of those on the show. You would have seen some on his page, but if you haven't, come and join us next week. And then next week, we are our Creators Corner. We have World's Finest Figs, or as I said, on a vibe creme. That's his name. So yeah, definitely show up for that. And it's episode 40, so that means giveaway. So yeah, you definitely want to show up for that for your opportunity to win something. It's likely going to be another Joy Toy figure because I love giving those away. So far, everyone that's received one has loved it. So it's usually the same figure. Actually, no, last time was different. But yeah, definitely. What I'll do is I'll get one for myself. I'll show you a picture of it before I send that out to you, and then we'll go from there. So hopefully you guys can make it for that. Actually, while we have you guys here, what do you guys have planned? So Brian, what do you have planned in the coming days?
Well, we're taking off Sunday for Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yes. So, but we're gonna come back the following Wednesday. We're having a Wednesday evening show so we can get Moonbaker Station on.
What?
He is in Australia. So
nice. Oh,
so after you watch Pirates that Wednesday, take you about an hour break or two, and then turn on Into the Toy Box on a special Wednesday edition.
Nice. So you're doing is it staying 7:00?
Yeah. No. I think it's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern. I think.
All right. Cool. So
because if the time difference is so, it's like
that's like 12, 13 hour.
Yeah. So that would be like 8 in the morning over there, 8 or 9 in the morning over there.
I think what he said. Well, I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. But I think it's going to be. I think 8 p.m. Eastern is going to be like 10 or 11 a.m. his time. Yeah. He's off that day. So
okay, that's cool. So anyway. I look forward to that.
And
so
then,
I definitely want to see his stuff.
And then the Sunday after that, we're going to start our road to Joefest with a very special guest. So all I can say is you don't want to miss that.
That's twice now you said that and not said a name.
I think I know who it is.
I probably do too, but either way, I'm not going to say anything. I'll wait for that. So then coming Wednesday, you have Is it Moonbaker
Station.
Moonbaker Station.
14th of May.
Okay, so yeah, so you have him on the 14th. Then that same week,
we're having two. Yeah.
Whoa, you guys have a busy week next week. That should be good.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah. You guys take a week off and then do a double episode kind of thing. So that's gonna be cool. How about you, Rad? What do you got going on?
We got the big round table this Friday night on WMC, and then after that, we're going to continue the races. But yeah, other than that, I'm just trying to get a lot of stuff done. That's why I didn't have anything this week. I'm more putting my stuff together or my setups together now than like really doing much customizing and stuff. So I'm like rearranging scenes and stuff like that. So hopefully, hopefully have some more videos out.
Yeah, now for me, I'll be doing more world building stuff. I've mainly just been making custom figures here and there because my main thing these days has been editing my book. That's been the main thing. And then so now I'll actually be able to start doing some world building now that I kind of have my setup in place. I'm going to start doing some of that. I have to take some of these shelves apart to take some of the panels out to make wider docking bays for some of them. So that should be interesting. And I'm gonna start getting my hazard tape out and start putting some of that hazard tape all over the place for my station. So I gotta get that done.
There you go.
Actually, why am I still on the slide? I don't know why I'm still on the slide. So yeah, I'm gonna have this stuff going soon, so I'm ready for that. And how about you, Bjorn? What you got going on?
Well, I'm gonna be working. I don't have any new figures coming in, so I'm not going to be doing any experimenting for a bit.
Until Joefest, then you're going to go nuts again. I hope they get because that last year, the exclusive, they had that Mr. Clean dude, And then they had the that Skeletor looking guy, which I hope they have.
The
Oh yeah,
Necromancer.
Mr. Cleaver.
Yeah, the Necromancer. I really hope they have an exclusive
Yeah.
like that.
And they had 2 versions of him, the clean and the bloody variant.
Yeah, I was like,
I got
oh,
one of
man.
each.
I wouldn't mind getting that Mr. Clean. Oh well, next time. But I will do the body bag thing though, because I'm just gonna use those doggy bags, those doggy poop bags, and just wrap an old figure in that. Because I have
all
that.
that is a piece of foam.
Is it? Well, either way,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna use one of my old 5 POA figures and just wrap them up because I have these boxes that I got from AliExpress a little while back. Those little cardboard boxes, and they come with very thin tape, so it almost looks like 1/18 scale box tape. So I'm gonna use that to wrap the bodies in the bags. Get the bodies in the bags. Get the bodies in the bags. All right, y'all. So thank you so much for being here. For those that stuck around, for those that are watching the replay, thank you so much. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. Share the video with whoever you think might enjoy this stuff. Brian, Bjorn, thank you so much for joining us this week. It was a pleasure having you guys on.
Thank you for having me on.
It's always a pleasure talking to you guys. And no into the toy box this week. That's coming next week. To all you mothers out there, happy Mother's Day this Sunday. But check out WMC's Roundtable this Friday, 8 p.m. on Rad Toys Galaxy's channel. And all that goodness. So yeah, we have a lot of good stuff coming next week. They have a lot of good stuff this week. It's just a whole lot of good stuff. But anyways, pirates, until the next video, take care.
See ya.